Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Going to be doing a review on this awesome statue of Godzilla from -1. And just for comparison, I've got the SH Monster Arts figure there on the right, which I recently reviewed on the channel. Check out that if you have not seen it. But big size difference here, but very similar price. I paid 186 for the smaller figure on the right by SH Monster Arts, and I paid 180 for the bigger statue here. So only £6 difference, but a massive difference in detail. Even though this one doesn't move, it is just a vinyl statue, but it is just on another level when it comes to accuracy and detail. We're going to get into that during the review. So I hope you enjoy it, folks. Please drop a like on the video to help more people find it. Smash the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. There is a lot of Godzilla content on the channel. If you've never seen my stuff before, there is a playlist on the channel with all the X Plus 30cm Godzilla figure reviews and comparisons. Nice daylight footage videos as well. Alright, so I'm going to get stuck into the review now. I hope you enjoy it. It's going to be a nightmare trying to come up with the title for this review because I'm still not 100% sure what you call this piece. Obviously it's Godzilla from -1. There are various names on the box which I will show you in a moment to help you find it. I'll probably also flash up on the screen the listing on eBay so that you can see what it was called. But just wanted to point out things like the detail on his spines on the back. If you look there, very, very accurate looking to me. And on the SH Monster Arts, the detail is very good, but not as detailed as the bigger statue. Now that's obvious because it's a bigger statue, so that you're going to be able to cram in more details. But there is quite a big difference between the SH Monster Arts spines and the spines on the statue here. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the box now to help you discover it and find out who made it, and help you make it a little bit easier for you to track it down if you want to get this. Because I mean, I'll give you my final thoughts and a score out of 10 at the end, but I'll tell you right now, at the moment, this to me is the piece to get if you want to get something from -1. Very satisfying piece. I've been taking it with me everywhere I go in the house just so I can look at it. It's just a very, very cool piece. Right, let me show you the box. Okay, so I don't know if this is something that everyone will get when they buy this piece, but I bought it from eBay, and I do know that there are in total 9 of these display cards with various different artworks from different Godzilla movies. This is the one I got, and I liked it so much I went on eBay and bought the complete set, which I don't have yet, but that's coming in the future. The seller also included this cool little Mechagodzilla. I guess it's just a little clear display piece, and that's really nice. But the quality on these is very cool, and I love that artwork. There's Mothra. Look at that, really nice quality. And on the back we've got some other details here. Bandai Spirits. So that's one of the names that's on the box. You can see there, Bandai Spirits. And what else we got? Another Bandai sign there. Let me go ahead and remove these so you can see. It's a really nice box though, really good quality box. It just says A 2023. How do you say that? Sofvics? Now I believe this might be like a first prize that you can win in Japan. I've seen, the videos on YouTube, a lot of people seem to have a lot of tokens that they're showing you, and then they show you the piece here. I really don't know exactly how it all works, but here's another name. I'm not going to try and pronounce it, but that's one of the other, should we call it, insignia on the box. Just another little clue to help you track it down. But like I say, I'll flash up on the screen the listing that I got with all the names and details on it. But it is an official piece, Bandai Namco up there. And I'll show you the back of the box as well. And that's everything on the front. Okay, so on the back you've got some really nice images of the piece, and then we have pretty much the same stuff I've already shown you. Bandai Spirits. Obviously I can't understand the rest of it, but PVC up there, I think that's what it's made from. And any other information here? A few little bits and pieces. You can always pause it if you wish. But that is the box, and it's a very nice box. Even on the side we have some cool pictures. Alright, so on the side here we have a very nice image of the statue. It says soft vinyl in one spot. That's about it. Visual, vivid, value, vinyl. Just trying to spot all the English words. And just lastly, on the other side of the box we have a really cool image of the piece again. And just give you one last look at the front of the box, with nothing obscuring the view. I really like it. Really good quality cardboard as well. There is another version as well, folks, where it looks like he's about to unleash the atomic breath, with the spines and the teeth and the tongue painted blue. I didn't really like the look of that one. I prefer this plain version. The height difference is 10 inches for the big guy here. He's about 10 inches tall, and the SH Monster Arts is about 7 inches tall. So pretty big difference for the same price, more or less. At least it was for me in my experience. Alright, so I'm just going to call this one the Bandai one. Much more experience with the X Plus stuff, but we'll refer to this as the Bandai. Now, with it being bigger, we have a much nicer job on the eyes. We'll get a better look at that. I did have to touch up the paint job on his gums at the front of the mouth, I'll be honest with you. When I first got this, the white paint of the teeth had kind of messed onto the gums a little bit, so I just matched the paint tone of the red gums there and just, you know, fixed it. That was the only thing that I needed to do. But yeah, I got pretty lucky with this one, and I also got pretty lucky with my SH Monster Arts figure as well. I got quite a nice paint job and nothing broken on my one. But I'm going to take him out of the video now because I don't want to distract you folks. But obviously, you know, it's a bigger piece. The detail is much more crisp and present and accurate on this Bandai 10-inch statue. Alright, now we get a close-up look at the eyes. They're really nicely done. And this really reminds me of when he's chasing after the boat. Kind of reminds me of a cute seal. Okay, there we go. Now those eyes are nice and sharp. They're so small on the SH Monster Arts figure, it's kind of hard to even tell if you've got a good copy or not, because they're so tiny. But I've got really nice eyes on this one. And it's a very key feature of this particular Godzilla, the eyes. And I'm very glad that they are nice and prominent and well done and very sharply done on this piece. I think that's going to sell it to a lot of people, seeing the eyes. And just give you a look at the side view here. I think this is obviously before he took the damage to his left side of his face. Again, the eye is very nicely done. Teeth ain't too bad. They could be worse. I mean, from regular viewing distance, it's not a problem. Looks absolutely fine. I do love all the ridges at the top of the head there as well. Eyebrows are sculpted very well. You've got like a dark base coat and then a kind of nasty, almost, I don't want to try and describe the colour to you, it's difficult, but kind of mustardy yellows and greens and swampy, kind of just quite natural tones, earthy tones. I'm really happy with it. I am dying to see what X Plus have up their sleeve for us as far as Godzilla -1. I really would like to have a version of him before the bomb went off, as we see him at the beginning of the movie. Very vicious. Look at that though, that is amazing. That is nice. Again, I've got him tipped forward so that we could see the head, but from this view here, that looks really nice. And, you know, no offense to everyone who's made videos on this piece already, because there are plenty of Japanese videos of this statue. but almost, I mean, all of them are very overly lit, you know, really bright light box, and then, you know, just really very bright footage. I always like to shoot in, not darkness obviously because I've got lights everywhere, but it's more about the settings on the camera for me, and then obviously I tweak the brightness in the editing process as well. And I just think this looks cooler as well, just very atmospheric and brings the best out of the piece. But don't get me wrong, I enjoyed all of those videos and I'm very happy that they're out there, but I just try to show it in a different way. Alright, now take a look at the piece on the rotating base and we can really appreciate all the details. I'll start off with the full body shot and we'll zoom in a moment and get a closer look as it turns. Now this seems to be based on one of the posters, which I'm obviously going to flash up on the screen for you now. Yeah, if you look closely it seems to be pretty much the exact pose he's in. So that's pretty cool, because that's a very cool poster. But all the bumps and just the amount of detail on this piece, I love the pose he's in. It looks really angry, it really captures the rage that he displayed in the film. So I really like the pose, and I'm hoping, because I wouldn't want this pose twice, I hope that when the X Plus 30cm version, because obviously they're going to do a lot of these, because the film's so successful. Look how many they did of Shin Godzilla. You know, that's what's coming with this, maybe more down the line over the years. So plenty for the Godzilla collectors to look forward to, and also panic over, because where the hell are we going to put them all? I went from being a tourist to a resident very quickly. You just got obsessed with the big G. But there is something about this creature and collecting pieces that look this good. And there's something very special about when one of them turns up. Even though they don't move, the poses are usually so expertly chosen and executed and brought to life that I'll take this most of the time over posability. I don't really want to see the joints. I prefer this, just a absolutely realistic and accurate capture of this iconic monster brought back again. After all these years, since 1954, still going strong, never been stronger. And I'm not a fan of the American stuff. I didn't mind the 2014 version, but after that I really tuned out. I just, like everyone says, I just can't stand the human characters. And the new one with the power glove or whatever it is that Kong's wearing, and Godzilla with his pink spikes. Nah, I don't know, not for me. I definitely won't be seeing that at the cinema. I doubt I'd even be bothered to watch it on Netflix. I'll probably just stick it on one day in the future while I'm cooking dinner or something and just glance over it every now and then, roll my eyes. I love the Heisei, well, you know, all of it. That Shin Godzilla's my favourite. I love that movie. Very curious. I was wondering when this was coming out before I saw it if this will overtake Shin Godzilla for me, but no, Shin Godzilla's still number one. You know, I'm not saying it's a better movie than this, no way. You know, I understand why everyone's saying this is the best Godzilla film to date, or since the original. But there's something about Shin Godzilla that I just can't shake. And I think the level of shock and awe when his fourth form, you know, when he comes back, yeah, it's just something else. Let's get even closer. I love the spines and the detail on them. His nails, his claws are really sharp. I keep catching myself on him when I'm handling him. He's not a very comfortable figure to handle because he is so pointy. It's awesome though, man. I love this. It's nice that his tail, that's the thing about Shin Godzilla, his tail's so long that it is problematic, to say the least. Look at that thing. Ooh. Yeah, that's my baby. Just get you a nice low angle here. Absolutely love this pose. It really captures what he's all about. Wouldn't you agree? So I just hope when X Plus do announce their first 30cm -1 Godzilla that it's not in this pose. Because I wouldn't really want the same pose twice, but I'm not saying I'd be able to resist the X Plus version. Especially if it's Sakai. Who knows? But there's bound to be a lot of different versions coming over the years. If you've got the willpower to hold out for the one that you just know when you see it, finally, this is the version I wanted, then by all means. I think, as I mentioned in my review of the SH Monster Arts version, there was a YouTuber who reviewed the SH Monster Arts figure, and he posed it during the review like it was swimming, straight, kind of like straight out, head looking straight out, arms back by its sides, legs back, feet back, tail straight, and it was on this really cool stand, and it perfectly captured the look of him swimming in the ocean. And I would not mind that from X Plus, you know, down the line. That could just be amazing. That could be an incredible piece. But that's something I'd like to see. I wonder what the gigantic version would look like. Wow, can you imagine that? Something to think about. This looks amazing from every angle though. Even from the back and any view, it just seems to work. If you got him on a high shelf, then he's going to be looking up to the sky really screaming and roaring. If you get him down on a low shelf, he's going to look like he's roaring at you. A little bit more rotating base footage, but from a higher view, and I'll focus a bit more on his head and neck area. You can see a little seam there where the head connects to the neck. It's not that bad at all, but I did just catch it there. But you can see, I mean, I think we got about 3 shades of paint going on here, possibly just 2 as far as the whole body goes. I mean, I'm definitely seeing that darker sort of, we're just going to, for the sake of getting on with it, say charcoal grey, and then with an almost, well, I don't want to say gold, it's obviously not gold, but it's not exactly yellow either. It's quite strong there on one of the fins in the middle there, see that? I absolutely love it. You know, while it is bigger than the SH Monster Arts at 10 inches tall, this piece here, it's still not going to be anywhere near what we've got coming in the future from people like X Plus. Well, most of the light is coming from his left side at the moment, but it does look quite nice. So I'll get you some footage of this too. Detail on his arm there. That looks really nice. Some spots look a little bit more shiny than others. That's interesting. I like it. Now let's take a look at the Schnutzi. Here we go. You might say, I'd be forgiven for saying that this could be described as a little heavy-handed with the paintbrush. Doesn't bother me though. Doesn't bother me none. I am perfectly satisfied with my purchase. Yeah, the chest. Yeah, bit of a rush job. Slapdash. That's the coming to mind there with the old wordage. Like I said, I did have to touch up the paint job on the gum at the front a little bit. Only at the front, at the top of the mouth there. Teeth are very small. Do love the eyes. Thank goodness the eyes are good. Really sells the piece. Alright, now a couple of comparisons. Here's the -1 figure next to the Banpresto Shin Godzilla. And they are almost the same height. They would be if -1 wasn't looking up and roaring. But they're not supposed to be the same height. I'm pretty sure Shin Godzilla is considerably taller in his fourth form than -1 Goji. But I'm just showing you how they look together. This is an incredible piece. I think this was after the NECA figure, which I was very disappointed with. This was the next one I got, and it's a fantastic sculpt. I think it's a Sakai sculpt, and it's awesome. This was one of my early experiences with Shin Godzilla collectibles. And here he is next to a beautiful piece by X Plus, 30cm, 93 reissue. They did this one a few times, but this is the most recent version. Absolutely stunning. Check out the review on the channel. Beautiful piece. Wouldn't be without that. That's the thing. I have to sell stuff to make room for future purchases, I'm sure, but trying to decide what to let go of. It ain't going to be Godzilla stuff, that's for sure, because I may phase in and out of total obsession, as I always do with certain, films and such. But I always come back to the ones that mean the most. I may get distracted and get into other things for a good few months, but it'll come back and I'll get totally obsessed again. So I know that's never going to go away with Godzilla. So I'll be keeping all that stuff. It's more the kind of superhero figures I'm kind of bored with at the moment, apart from my favourite, like Batman Begins, keeping those. But we'll see. Anyway, they look nice together. There's -1 Goji next to a 1/6 scale figure. They're usually about 12 inches tall. Here, Curtis, you go ahead and pop away and top fag. You enjoy that. I got vocals on this one. With my nuke breath, I'm outrageous. Being tall is advantageous. What do you think of that, Kurt? Here, Curtis, you seem down, lad. What's wrong with you? Just not bothered anymore. But you're talented lad. You got the guitar, you got the looks, you got the songs. What's the problem? It's just not enough, is it? Never is, lad. Never is. Here's Godzilla next to a NECA Ultimate Halloween 2018 Michael Myers figure. Just to give you an idea of the size difference. Alright folks, I'll wrap it up giving my final thoughts. The final thoughts are, at this point in time, I believe this is the piece to get over the SH Monster Arts figure. I know you may want your posability, but I think in the long run you'll be more satisfied with this. Although there is a Super 7 piece coming out soon, which looks very nice, so that could very well turn out to be the one to get until X Plus Unleash Hell, which I'm sure is coming. The mighty X Plus. But this piece, for me, considering the price I paid, I'm going to go... thinking about... Well, Gut just then was saying 9. I did have to touch up the gums a little bit. A very minor tweak, but it was necessary. Paint definitely could be better on the body, even though it does look fantastic, even close up. But, the feet, the chest, certain parts of the spines on the back, maybe a little bit heavy-handed. Maybe an 8.5, but for me, honestly, it feels like a 9, like a really excellent piece. And like I said, at this time, the one to get if you want a really nice representation of Godzilla -1 in your collection that's not going to take up too much space, but is big enough to satisfy. I certainly am. So, I'll say a 9 out of 10. Definitely check it out. I should have by now flashed up on the screen the picture of my purchase on eBay, so that you can see all the names and everything you need to type in to find this on there. Or maybe you can get it on Buy. That's another option, and I'm sure there's others as well. But those are my two main go-tos at the moment. Buy, mostly eBay. Unfortunately, you have to pay, you know, eBay prices, but I'm careful, you know, try not to overdo it. But yeah, there's my video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll get my backdrop out and you can get some cool atmospheric shots of the piece. So stick around for that after I say goodbye. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done already. There's going to be a lot more stuff coming up on the channel. I do have a really cool Shin Godzilla 30cm X Plus piece that I don't own, didn't even know existed. And it's based on the statue in Japan of Shin Godzilla, the exact pose, and you can get the statue version that's just basically almost black, completely no detail, but I got the clear red version, just like my other Shin Godzilla X Plus pieces, so I can't wait to show you that. That's left Japan, coming by FedEx, so that shouldn't be too far off. And that's a really rare, I don't know about rare, but I certainly, even though I'm obsessed with Shin Godzilla and the X Plus stuff, I never even knew this particular piece I've got coming existed until just about a week ago. Just a random suggestion popped up on YouTube for me. But yeah, I'll show you that real soon. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a great Christmas. Probably, like I say, the last video before Christmas. But yeah, I hope you have a great Christmas. Thank you for all the support on the channel, all the friendships. You're all such good folks, and I've met a lot of special people. So I hope you have a great Christmas, everyone. I'll see you in the new year. Take it easy. Bye bye.